Hey, what's cracking, fam? All right, so the death of Hayden Panettiere. Okay, so I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do with this one here. She just had an interview where she was talking about how she had been abused, and a lot of people are saying that might have led to what happened afterwards, but there's some other questions that are involved also. I mean, it's kind of a trip, but the conspiracy internet is going wild, and there are a couple of notable, couple of things that what I'm saying, like, okay, so that's a little interesting. I don't know what it all means, but we're gonna check it out. But before we do, head over to daddyflirt.com. All right, we are the new record business. Okay, this is how we doing it now, 100% listener powered. This is how we getting down. All right. So if it ain't working, if it's not good for you, it don't get played. All right. So yeah, do that. Not only that, but you be supporting my work. I got contests, prizes, exclusive content, and its own Discord server, so the community can you know y'all can y'all can flirt with each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. Anyway, yeah, let's get into this Hayden Panettiere thing. I gotta tell you. When I found out on Sunday, it kind of tripped me out because, okay, so there aren't a lot of actresses, singers, any of these people in Hollywood that, do anything for me. But Hayden, her and Ashanti are like two of the finest women for me that I ever seen like on TV. Like, I just thought she was awesome. And I thought she was awesome ever since she was like a little kid. Wasn't that her in Remember the Titans, right? So she been a good actress doing her thing for a minute. Okay, so she pops up and does this interview. Now, personally, I had a different take on it. I believe I showed you guys this interview. We'll play it again, but I was questioning whether or not these people were trying to cover their asses or not. So I'm watching this and I'm thinking, okay, so maybe she's just trying to, cover her ass a little bit. We'll see. But here's that interview.
Is all of them. All of them.
You write about a moment in your career where a friend of yours takes you onto a boat. You're led to a room which has an older man in it, and then basically told to perform sexual acts. And
Oh yeah, perspective completely shifted, and I realized that I was in danger. But by the time I'd realized I was in danger, I was quite literally out to sea. And it was that moment shook me and was shocking. And I was quite literally walked down, and I had been having a great time. There was no hints of anything like that happening. So it took me, I was shocked. It took me by surprise. And it was led by somebody that I had grown to trust and see as a protector and somebody who had my back. And to be walked down, down the stairs, and it was as like a surprise, presented as though it was like a surprise, and it was this very small room, and she physically put me in the bed next to this undressed man who was very famous, and had his hands like this, like this was just an average day for him. This is something that happens all the time. And I waited for her to leave, and I mean that lion in me, that fire in me, that my hair stood on end, and I became ferocious. I was like, this is not happening. But I had nowhere to hide, and I bolted, and I hid wherever I could think of to hide on a boat. There was no jumping off and swimming away, and there was nobody who was going to, I realized that there was nobody who was going to be empathetic to my situation, that this was nothing new to them.
It is all of them. All of them. And not one will be able to escape.
Okay, so I didn't realize this interview had like cut-ins with Mr. Baldwin here, Stephen Baldwin. But, in listening to what she was saying there, I just feel like there's so much left out of the story. I see that it's a highly sexual situation, and I see that you can't get off the boat, but I'm not sure why you were in danger if this is a well-known somebody just thinking he's about to get his his sick duck. Um, so I don't quite understand the danger of it. And she's like the lion in me and all that stuff. And I'm just kind of like, at the time I was kind of like, yeah, I don't know if you're just trying to, make it seem like you were one of the victims too, or what, because she's had a fairly storied career, hasn't she? I mean, she don't really have any misses, a lot of hits. So let's see what else they got in here. Moving into Justin Bieber. Yeah, I don't like all the speculation and stuff, but Law Dog says shame she didn't name the perverts. Yep, should have name dropped them all. Wonder if she OD'd or was murdered. I'd guess murdered. Never struck me as the strung out type. Okay, but she did actually have a lot of problems with alcohol and drugs, opiates, I believe, and postpartum depression as well. So there were a lot of mental health issues that were kind of going on with her that that a lot of us didn't know about. Um, Now here, they say were all the signs here, and Hayden Panettiere's slow speech and distant gaze in this video intrigued the public. After the news of her death at 36, many believe this moment said much more than it seemed. And I got to show you this because I had never seen it before. I have never seen her look like that before. Like what happened? You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. Okay, and listen to her talk. Check it out.
Literally came out. Not just her face like resembling mine, but she is my personality. She just is. I saw her in a school play once. It was more of like a Christmas special thing, and she was more concerned about directing the kid next to her in his steps than she was about what she was doing. And I was like, leaving this poor kid alone. Like, just do your stuff. And she's like, come on, man, like, turn around. What's wrong with you? Going like this in front of everyone. I was like, that's mine. That's my kid. Literally came out.
It's a funny story. But look at her. I mean, I never seen her face that full before. I never seen her slurring her words like that. Yeah. So let's see. The industry is disgusting. She was mainly known for the roles of Claire Bennett in Heroes, Juliet Barnes in Nashville, as well as Kirby Reed in the Scream franchise. She was in Scream 4 and Scream 6. She also had a career as a child actress, including Remember the Titans. Yeah, that's where I think I first became familiar with her. But she did something else as a child too that was really good. Like I've never seen her in anything that was bad. Worse than that, there are always signs, even if they're not noticeable beforehand. Yeah, bro. I liked her in the Scream franchise. She's in a better place now. Well, because this says when was that? Because this says May. Yeah, this was 2015, I guess. Peyton Panettiere in May of this year talking about Neutrogena ending her endorsement deal after she talked about her struggles with postpartum depression. Okay, so that's the postpartum I was talking about, but I haven't seen this clip here. Let's check it out.
I mean, they have morals clauses, which was had a huge impact in my life, because I was a teenager and I had all the paparazzi around me catching all of these gory moments, like every moment, every cigarette that I smoked, or bad outfit, or oh, she's looking chunky in a bathing suit, oh, she has a fat vagina. I mean, I went through all of that. They were there for everything. Neutrogena was a huge part of my life. I had the morals clauses. They caught absolutely everything, and of all the things that they would fire me over, this was the last thing that I thought they would ever fire me over. And when I actually went out onto stage it was live with Kelly and Michael. I had no intention of or plan to talk about postpartum depression. It just came up and I was just being honest. And never for a second did I think that anyone or care that anyone would have a bad reaction to it. It was my truth. And so when I got that call that Neutrogena wanted to fire me over that, and my representative at the time said, that's illegal. You can't do that. And even though, she saved the day that year, I knew that was going to be it. That I was not going to be invited back the next year. And I had worked with these people for 10 years, and I remember not hearing a word from anybody, not a great working with you for 10 years, not a nice
hope you're okay.
Yeah, hope you're good. We wish you well. And I remember that really breaking my heart. I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't take it back. But as I said, of all the things that I had been caught doing, that being the thing that was where they drew the line, and it was immoral, was shocking to me. And it made me realize and understand exactly what people thought of women who experience postpartum depression and how misunderstood it is, how much stigma there is around it, and how, we're already in pain.
Mm-hmm.
We are already like the worst possible thing. One of the worst possible things in the world to happen to a woman is already happening to her. The last thing we need is, the icing on the cake, and feeling so judged and in such a negative way.
Well, I can't lie. That's fucked up if they fired her because she had postpartum depression. That's that's ill right there. So I can see her being upset about that. Um, you know, Either way, I guess that's just to say that she did have postpartum depression. Let's see, this is her on again, off again boyfriend, whom she flew from LAX to Greenville, South Carolina with on Saturday. Yeah, if I remember correctly, he's kind of a jerk. Let's see.
Have you read Hayden's book? So what did you think?
Hayden's book's incredible.
Despite some of the, kind of rehashing some of the things that happened between you guys, you still thought it was good?
No, I think it's great. I think everyone should read it. I mean, the domestic violence stuff that I think is like 272, page 272, my chapter. Everybody should read it. Yeah.
How was it for you reading that?
But it was, who wants to read something about themselves like that, right? But, you got to be vulnerable. And, I did it. So,
Was there anything before that you asked Hayden to keep out of the book?
Yeah.
What did you not want her to talk about in the book?
So there's a story where I was drunk, right? Hayden was standing across the room, and I had a phone in my hand, and I said, Hayden, I'll give you 10 seconds to run as fast as you can before I throw it at you.
Yeah, that would be very tough to read about yourself, but also would be a horrific situation to be in as well.
Of course.
Do you think this is an important chapter for not just survivors to read, but also for people that are abusers? Do you think it's important for both sides to be reading something like this?
I think it's more important for abusers. My biggest thing about domestic violence is I don't think it is taught early enough in life. Never in my life did I ever get taught what domestic violence was, right? Maybe if I did at an early age, maybe I wouldn't have done what I did.
That's interesting. I can't make no judgments about him personally. He did what he did, but she stuck with him. So, I mean, that says something, right? She sounds like Brittany, sad. Do you eat shit? That interview of hers is over a year old and was after she lost her brother. This is one, this one here was an interview she gave to a podcast a few months ago. Okay, so I guess,
Have
the
you
first
read
one that we
Hayden's book?
saw was about her. Okay, so she's saying that the
So
one
what
that
did
we
you
saw, stop playing. um,
think?
Hayden's book's incredible.
Despite some
okay, so yeah, this person says that interview of hers is over a year old and after she lost her brother. So, see, there's that thing. When we get into conspiracies, you got to lose somebody. That's what they say. You got to sacrifice somebody to get where you're going to get. Right. So again, when I first saw that interview, I kind of took it as maybe she was, playing victim a little bit and did what she had to do to get where she had to get. Sad part about this interview is she sounds just like Whitney Houston did toward the end of her life and even a few years before. And again, you guys, these parallels, I mean, I didn't make that shit up. She does. And that's 100%, right? 100. Yes, for years from Grok, Hayden Panettiere and Vladimir Kitschko had an on-again, off-again relationship that ultimately ended for good in 2018, primarily due to her struggles with postpartum depression, substance abuse, alcohol, and opioids, and the resulting strain on her relationship and family life. So she's like on heroin. Remember, doctors that care about us give us drugs. As we see, she's on too much, but again, doctors don't even care. For context, apparently this was after the death of her brother. And yeah, I mean, she seemed like she owned something. I'd never seen that before. That's not a good look, right? Hmm. But yeah, but the conspiracy heads, boy, y'all ain't no joke. Now this guy, Ariel, um, okay, his information is sometimey, it's on again, off again. But I am gonna read this to you because, I find some of it compelling. So check it out. The all-seeing eye, whether Egyptian, Masonic, or Illuminati in origin, functions in Hollywood as a brand. Not a brand like Nike, a brand like cattle. It signals ownership and compliance in a single image. Now, before we go further, there is this picture I should show you. And apparently she had this tattooed on her neck, on the back of her neck at that. So, do with that what you will. She's gorgeous, though. Jeez Louise. She got enough fine for 3 women. Anyway, when Panettiere inked that symbol on her neck, she was not declaring power. She was just playing terms of service. The location matters. The neck is vulnerable. It is where you place the collar. It is visible when the head is bowed. It is the kill zone in any predator-prey dynamic. See, interesting shit, right? To mark the neck with the eye is to say, I see the architecture, I accept the surveillance, I am watched, and I watch nothing in return. Many look at this symbol as an affront to what they believe and how they see the world and become dismissive to anything that happens to any celebrity who are branded with this. I understand the personal bias, of course. We assume these are willing participants in the overall machine. Right, that's what I'm saying. And in most cases, they are. Hayden Panettiere was forced into this industry by her mother. Many child stars will tell you this. Okay, so this is where okay, so this is where I think to myself, okay, maybe I was a little off in my initial assessment because I didn't know that she was forced into this by her mother. Now, a lot of these folks, look, you guys don't understand. Aaliyah, Rihanna, Justin Bieber, like parents will sell their kids into fame. They'll sell them. Write me a check. You can take my daughter. She's 14. Do whatever you want with her. And as long as you make her famous, So that shit happens, you know what I'm saying? So her being forced in the industry by her mother, that puts a little spin on it. But also it makes the thing about her being in the bed with the producer guy a little weird too. I don't know. I'm not drawing any conclusions. I'm just giving y'all giving y'all pieces to the puzzle. I want you to think of the connotations of this, he says. When Panettiere inked that symbol on her neck, she was not declaring power. She was displaying terms of service. The location matters. Oh, I read that part already. To mark the neck with the eye is to say, I see the architecture, I accept the surveillance, I am watched, and I watch nothing in return. The hand over eye pose in magazines, the artistic covering, though the correct term is ritualistic in the active performance of the same contract. One eye covered, one eye exposed. This is the selective blindness required by the machine. It signals, I will see what I'm told to see, I will ignore the rest, I am safe to handle. See, there's something to that, right? This is how celebrities continue to get paid. If they do not do this, they will not star in anything until they show their complete compliance. Because as long as they can have their own personal vices, they will go along to get along. But some, at a certain point, start to grow a conscious and realize the overall control structure and really start to see themselves as a tool. And when that is, we start seeing them attempting to expose it, but they have already signed their name in blood. So it's too late at that point for them to do anything. Their fate was already sealed. Everyone in Hollywood is not our enemy. We are watching slaves. And when they try to break free, you get what we have been seeing for the past 30 plus years. Okay, I would argue it's gone on for longer than 30 years, but there is something to be said for some of this, right? Uh, I don't know her. I don't know why anybody would get that tattooed on the back of their neck. Um, was this a conscious decision to show subservience? You know, if that's the case, then wouldn't she know that, going against the grain would do a little something? I don't know. All of it doesn't make sense to me, but it is part of the picture, right? Free to be free says, or is it the eye of Horus and it's symbolizing the shape of the pineal gland and the third eye? This is where I think people need to learn the difference between the eye in the pyramid and this symbol. Okay, so this is not the eye in the pyramid. This is the eye of Horus. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, okay, there's something to that too, also. He replies, a swastika meant good fortune in Sanskrit for 3,000 years. Nobody cares. Meaning is determined by who deploys the symbol in what context to signal what behavior. That seems a little contradictory to me, but okay. The ancient Egyptian definition of the eye of Horus is as relevant to its function on a Hollywood neck as the Sanskrit definition is to a flag in 1943. So basically what he's saying is if the symbol, okay, let's see, let me finish it. If the symbol is consistently deployed by assets of the same machine in the same poses in the same media, then its operational meaning is whatever that machine uses it for. Okay, you got me 100% with that one. That's one. There you go, right? The etymology is trivia. The pattern is the meaning. Do you understand what I'm getting at here? Yes, yes, I do. Yes, I do. So what do we make of this? Who was that? That looks like that doctor. I can't remember his name. Ed Martin, I think. It means life is an ancient symbol and it's not the eye of Horus. Okay, so they're trying to make the comparison. Now that eye of Horus can face right or left, and depending on which direction it is, that means something different too. So, there is all that to consider. Hayden Panettiere had this tattoo on her neck. They always show you what they represent. She's saying, I don't see a tattoo here. Okay. So, I mean, I don't know if she had it or not. Like I said, I don't know these people. We're not going to go too deep into the thread or anything, but interesting stuff. Now, of all the conspiracy theorists, this guy, Dimitri Revolt, he's got the best one, or not the best one, but but he's got the one that makes me think the most, or has the most sort of coincidences tied to it with regard to Hayden. So check this out. All right, so he speaks French. I hope y'all can see the words that he's going to be talking, so you can read along.
La mort de Hayden Panettiere est un sacrifice codé. Elle est morte le 16 août, 8-16, après avoir été l'invité de l'épisode 816 du podcast de Jay Shetty.
Yeah, so apparently she died on 8/16, and she was 8/16 of the podcast. So there is that.
Où elle disait avoir été abusée.
She physically put me in the bed next to this man.
Ses initiales HP collent parfaitement à la date. H est la 8e lettre.
So, yeah.
Et est la 16e.
Heather Panettiere, I'm sorry, Hayden Panettiere, 8 is, I mean, H is 8 and P is 16. So those numbers repeated again.
8-16. Elle meurt 3 mois et 6 jours après le podcast.
Okay, so, and she dies, what did he say?
P est la 16e. 8-16. Elle meurt
She dies
3 mois et 6 jours
and 6 days after the podcast.
Après le podcast, à 36 ans et 300
years and 360 days.
60 jours. 36 est
36 is
le
the
nombre triangulaire de 666 en G.
I guess we don't need him at all if I'm reading it right. In gematria, death sacrifice equals 666. Her death happens right after the solar eclipse. Yeah, this was the part that was tripping me out. Okay, Hayden is best known for her series Heroes, right? And you see the eclipse in that thing, right? Okay. Where heroes become vulnerable during an eclipse. The story is about premonition and destiny written in advance. Now, see, there's a whole lot for that. It's a whole lot of pre-planning. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole lot. I don't even know, like, that's a whole lot of pre-planning. You pre-plan the show, the title graphics, the storyline and everything to play out a certain kind of way. That's a lot to take in. I'm not saying it's not happening, but I mean, they're doing a lot to be doing all that, right? Okay, so Hayden was best known for the series Heroes, where the heroes become vulnerable during an eclipse. The story is about premonition and destiny written in advance. Even the logo and the intro are a solar eclipse. And from season 1, she is presented as prey and sexually abused. In season 4, she dies of cardiac arrest, the same cause mentioned in the media today. Because her death was premeditated, he says. So do with that what you will. There's a lot of coincidences there, right? I mean, I'm not saying it means anything. I often wonder why the gematrians people and stuff like that, they don't predict anything. So like for me, it would have been cool if she'd have dropped an interview and somebody was like in the gematria bag and saying, okay, so this and this and this is potential to happen because of this. But it's always after the fact. So I don't know. The local gringo says she's not dead. She just changed characters. Okay. Gavin DeBecker also killed Ari Ben. Gavin and James Blunt go way back. The speedboat video was the call out. They unalived her, have been tracking her with DEW since at least March. Okay, so completely off the subject. But yeah, so, you know, what do you guys think? You think it's some hanky-panky going on? You think she maybe just OD'd or something? She was having issues with that. I mean, she wasn't still doing the postpartum depression thing, but she had previous issues with drugs and alcohol. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough one. The idea that her family sold her into it, but then she got the tattoo on her own. So then, you know, you get the tattoo and then you decide you want to go against the people you got the tattoo for it. You know, yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't know. And Stephen Baldwin talking about it's all of them. It's all of them. Yo, you know, there's something that went on with her parents selling her to Hollywood, but I don't know about. But by the time it ended, I don't necessarily give her all that credit that she was important enough to kill, that they had to take her out because she was about to say something. So, I mean, I probably have to say that I don't really believe it, but I understand why you would. If that makes any sense. So, yeah, R.I.P. Hayden. And guess that's all I have to say about that. Okay, so Doja. See, I was thinking Tyga. Okay, so Tyga says, I love Doja, but she made a demonic album. I still love her. That's weird as fuck to say, first off. Like, you love people that make demonic albums? Okay, all right. So, let's check out what he said.
Okay, that's actually a good question. So is it you or is it just anybody using AI? Here's what Doja Cat said.
Nobody asked me anything about Tyga, but I just felt like saying this. Tyga is a penis for making an AI album.
Okay, well, you laughed. Does she have a thing against you, or is it AI?
Listen, I love Doja, but she made a demonic album. But I still love her.
Will you use it again?
I don't know. This was the first time I ever used it.
Well, I will say it got you a lot of publicity.
All publicity is good. What is it saying? What is it saying?
There's no such thing as bad publicity. Okay, that's actually a good question.
Okay, so Harvey Levin is always suspect. So the question is, to me, is he pushing AI on the masses? And I saw an interesting. I should have saved it. I don't know if I could find it for you right now, but there's this woman on Instagram, and she compared using AI music. She said, okay, so I can use my words and drive 3 minutes, use my words, and have somebody give me exactly what I want. She compared it to like a restaurant. She was saying, I can literally use my words. I can use it on the phone, call, tell them exactly what I want, go and pick it up, and it's there 100% like I like it, and I can bring it home and eat it, or I could cook. And she was comparing it, basically saying that, it's great that you can go do it and eat it and all that stuff, but it's fast food, and fast food is not good for you. So she's comparing this to AI. Oh, and she also said that also the store that you buy your food from stole all the ingredients, right? So there's that. So the store that you buy your food from stole all the ingredients. So it's easier and convenient to go there and get your tacos or whatever, but they're not good for you. And she's saying that's the same thing with AI. I actually liked that perspective, I guess, enough to repeat it to you. So do with that what you will. But yeah, she did make a demonic album and some demonic videos too. That's rich coming from someone who openly dated an underage girl. Yeah, well, she dated him too. So it's not like that family is, that family is a trip. All right. So here's what Mia Isabella said.
That Tyga was cheating on Kylie Jenner, right?
Mm-hmm.
With you.
Yes, and he was.
Well,
there you go. Today I said it.
And you.
Okay, so I don't know why that's important. He went to AI for a week clapback. Same person that showed feet and moaned for racists for sport, though. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't follow Tyga that much. He's done a couple songs that I enjoy, but again, you know how I am. I don't be worshiping heroes. I be worshiping. It's not about the person; it's about the music. But it's interesting that he's calling her out for that, though, right? What do you guys think? Moving right along with the satanic music industry, Megan Thee Stallion opens up about her Act 3 era on Michelle Obama and Craig Robinson's IMO podcast, in my opinion, reintroducing her alter ego, Tina Snow, and teasing overdue collaborations. I'm just reintroducing my alter ego, Tina Snow. And if you guys aren't getting Beyonce, Sasha Fierce vibes from that, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm still working on my title right now. It's a persona that I feel like everybody has been acting like, oh, I want Tina Snow back. We need Tina Snow. I don't think she ever just actually left. I don't think she was never just not there. But I think giving her a proper rollout, a proper title, a reintroduction to hotties that may not have been with me since 2017, 2018. I think that this is like going to be a new experience for them. I think I'm just reintroducing my alter ego, Tina Snow. Like Tina is grown now, babe. Like she has been through lots of life since y'all heard from her last. And I have so many collaborations that I feel like the hotties have been asking me for, like from niche collaborations, like just like personal interest amongst me and the hotties. Collaborations that's overdue. Collaborations that have shocked the people, like really gagged alive. Just, I feel like Act 3 is going to be one of my favorite projects I ever put out because I definitely took my time with this one. I feel like it was a portion of life where I was so super busy. I still got to be Megan Thee Stallion, but I can't be Megan Thee Stallion without no music. So I was in a rush to like do everything. I was like, dang, I got to hurry up and record these songs. And I'm trying to figure out parts of time where I can squeeze in recording. But for Act 3, I went home and I was like, nobody bother me. I got to finish my album. Y'all want good music? Y'all want me to wish? I can't keep on going out here with no music, y'all. And I was like, okay, you know what? Leave her alone. Let's not put anything on the schedule. So this has been like the most organized and the most calm I've been making.
Okay, so I don't understand what her talent is, personally. I'm not a big Meg Thee Stallion fan. I think they did Tory Lanez dirty, and so we'll see how that ends up playing out eventually. And reintroducing the alter ego makes it just seem like, to me, like, maybe she getting ran through again or something. I don't know, but I can't figure out the talent. Her and Cardi B, I don't get it. We like how they look and we like how they talk. That's not talent as far as I could tell. If she's writing her own lyrics, that's one thing. But yeah, I'm just not feeling it, the whole alter ego thing. So happy for Megan. Roll out Tina Snow. Okay. I don't know why you're happy for Megan, but all right. When is he going to introduce the real Megan the Man to the world? Okay, so people are saying that's
I'm still working on my title right now.
All right. Y'all ain't shit. I'm convinced that Cardi and Megan's bosses are glorified pimps. There you go. And I can't knock the hustle. Latto too. They are soft porn stars at this point, not upset or up in arms. Rhapsody just turned into Jill Scott. Tierra Whack is my main squeeze right now. Okay, I feel you. I want to like Rhapsody a lot more, but she's gonna be putting out no bangers though. You got to put out some bangers. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be on a track like Monster. You know what I'm saying? You got to put out some bangers. This Jill Scott with, I think it is with Tierra Whack that shit is nice. That's actually getting played over at daddyflirt.com. So go ahead and check it out. But yeah, that's nice. And Jill Scott is rapping better than I've heard Cardi or Megan rap on the track. So do with that what you will. Tiffy's HS. I don't know. Good on every Carter, Knowles, Obama Boulevard while your bald-headed fave flops in prison. I don't understand what that means. Man, I be wondering sometimes. Like sometimes I'll be wondering if y'all are stupid or if I'm just a lame and I don't get it. You can let me know that in the conversation too. All right, so courtroom starts cracking up after the Zoom call with a sassy Tiffany Haddish abruptly ends as she told them she was never returning to Georgia after pleading to a DUI. The actress was seen being difficult as the actress was seen being difficult as she gave smug facial expressions while pleading guilty to the 2022 DUI charge. The 46-year-old comedian was able to avoid jail time, probably because of who she is or who she knows or something. But her in court was actually kind of funny. So,
and have they had a chance to talk to you about this case?
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to freely and voluntarily give up those rights to enter into a plea that your lawyers have negotiated on your behalf?
I would like to fuss a little bit, but in order to get out of your hair, because it's been 4 years, and I'd love to take my hair off, I'm going to go ahead and just agree.
Now, you have the right to a trial, and we have jurors that are ready to go forward with a trial today if you want to. And I'm only going to do this if you freely and voluntarily agree. Would you like to go forward with the plea today?
Look at her thinking about it.
a document called a plea statement?
Yes, I do.
Do you need more time to talk to Mr. Feinland or Ms. Goldberg?
I want to talk to you, but here we talking, and yeah.
Do you need more time to talk to Mr. Feinland and Ms. Goldberg?
No.
Okay. Are you prepared?
That's too expensive. I've already spent so much on this case. It's been 4 years.
Are you prepared?
Let's just move forward. Unless you like me, and I don't mind hanging out some more.
Understood. All right. And I know that it has, again, been well litigated, but I enjoyed working with all of you. I always appreciate when lawyers come very professional and prepared, and the lawyers on both sides did that every time, and I appreciate that. Ms. Haddish, I wish you the best of luck. Thank you very much, and you have the platform to do a lot of good, and you've been doing good. I hope you continue to do that, and I'll continue to look for seeing you in the movies, because my kids love watching your movies. All right? Ms. Haddish, have a great day, and you're welcome back to Georgia anytime. Y'all have a good day.
I'm not coming back. I don't want to Georgia.
Have a good day.
Come on.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, that was fun. Everybody laughed. She was having a little fun at her own expense. Self-deprecation is never a bad thing. The face you make when you're so self-entitled that you don't care about laws or other human life. Okay, so I should probably look up the accident or the DUI that she had, because I don't know what actually went on. Pled guilty, act like the court is an inconvenience, announce you're never coming back, and still walk with no jail. Celebrity justice remains undefeated. Indeed, it does. I don't understand her logic of not returning to Georgia. Any state is going to arrest you for DUI. True enough. How about you just don't drink and drive? Of course, she thinks she's the victim. Yeah, I don't know what she thinks or anything like that.
And
I didn't get that from it.
to talk to you
But
about
I understand how you could. I understand how you could. But anyway, so that was her little courtroom thing. Wendy Williams scored a perfect 10 out of 10 on her psych eval. They still locked her up and called it dementia. Now I feel like they could have done Hayden Panettiere like this and just locked her up. That's what they did with Brittany. You know, why would they need to kill her? Did she know something that's so over the top better than everybody else? I don't know. But they doing my girl here dirty too. So let's check this out.
To the index of other news, former talk show host Wendy Williams has been hospitalized following a wellness check by authorities here in New York.
That's a famous TV show host asking for help during her court-ordered stay at an assisted living facility. Now, if you don't know, she hosted one of the most popular TV shows for years, until, of course, she was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia and placed in that facility. Now, after she tried to ask for help, they said she was just confused because of her dementia, but she scored a perfect 10 out of 10 on her psych evaluation.
Okay, so yeah, like I said, they doing her dirty. They've been doing her dirty for a minute. Some say it's because she was exposing the Beyonce's baby bump and stuff like that. Maybe she was flying a little too close to the sun. I'm not sure, but I definitely think they're doing her dirty.
Morning, Gina. So, Wendy, yesterday, the last we saw, you were leaving with police officers going to the hospital.
I'm currently at the hospital.
You're currently at the hospital. What's going on there today?
Well, Gina is more, Gina can elaborate on everything, and I'll just co-sign. Go ahead.
Okay, Gina, Wendy had those tests yesterday, right?
Correct. She had those tests. She's been deemed she is not incapacitated. I passed with flying colors.
I know.
Meaning she knew what she was doing when she threw that note out her window. And that's why some people think she isn't sick at all. They believe she lost everything simply because she stepped on the wrong toes and made some wild claims about some very popular people.
You know, I had my baby bump. Many of you have had baby bumps. I never remember my baby bump squat. Just take a look at the video. Okay, so here's Beyonce, and she's walking out, and everything is fine. She's 5 months pregnant. Then she sits down, and okay, no, we're gonna rerun it until you see it. Let's do it in slow motion. You'll notice she's either giving birth to a frisbee or Stewie from Family Guy. Look at the shape. Look, do you see? There it is. There it is. What that is, B? Okay. Hey, now let's bring it back and freeze it. Yeah, oh yeah, we're analyzing. There it is. What is that? Is that a baby bump? I don't know. I was on bed rest the whole time. I'm not exactly sure. But I can tell you, when I would get out of the bed and sit up at a kitchen table, I wouldn't be able to sit like that. Like, I was so concerned about my back and the baby. Even at 5 months, you know, I sat like this, right? Well, look, Beyonce has denied these rumors, saying that they're stupid and they're ridiculous. And, you know, there've also been words that, well, she took a picture in a bikini. It's on the internet. Okay, take a look at the picture. Okay, be very clear. Then I'm pregnant too. But back to Cassie. So Cassie's in South Africa filming Honey 3. And she allegedly has been avoiding Puffy. And, you know, my thing about when you date a mogul is that it's really difficult to avoid them, because if you use your head, you never know when they're going to pop up on the scene. Like, he's mogul. Like, he can hire a plane right now, zoom it to South Africa, land on the roof of the hotel where she's staying, okay, pay people off at the front desk, give me the key and let me up in her room. Like, I'm already paranoid as a person. But to know that somebody could actually swoop down on me in the middle of nothing would scare the bejesus out of me. It would.
Yeah, she was going after him hard, right? And Jay-Z has some things in his past. You know, he's known to do a thing or two to a person or two. And then we got Cassie here with Diddy, and we know what Diddy did with Cassie. So I think she was probably right to be a little paranoid. And there might be something to the fact that she got stuck in this hospital, you know, for talking her shit. I mean, it's possible. I still think, I think it's dirty, however it got done. Dementia, nobody cares about Wendy Williams. Okay, if you say so, Mark, with your one like. She's been spitting too much truth and they can't handle it. Trump, you better step in or they'll offer you and you won't get the truth out ever that you need, or whoever is in authority, somebody needs to get her into protective custody. Yeah, again, I think they did just fine putting her into the mental hospital. She said no to the COVID vaccine. Yeah, that part, I totally forgot about that part. She was actually anti-vax. She was like, oh, no. So yeah, all of that goes into it. Neural weapons can cause memory issues via neural strike. Invisible directed microwave energy can incapacitate. Oh, this is when she fainted?
Yes.
Yeah, they do got all kind of weapons that could incapacitate you and you don't even know what. They could put voices in your head, voice to skull technology. They could do all kind of stuff. So yeah, I do believe they did her dirty. Wendy Williams' demise was simply to be a Democrat. She didn't know how to scrape the satanic web that opened the doors to her. She trusted them with her life, such a successful person. I knew they did something to her when I saw her passing out on the stage, like she got poisoned. You know, a lot of speculation and everything, and I can't prove it, but I you know, I'm telling you, I think they did her dirty, and I hope she gets out. But the thing is, it's like, you know, when you get out, what do you do? I mean, do you talk shit about the people that put you in there, or are you scared enough to keep your mouth shut at this point? No, fam. No. All right, last but not least, I gotta play this for you because the last thing I ever expected to sound like was a middle-aged white woman. But apparently I sound like a middle-aged white woman, because I was playing Cyndi Lauper and Shania Twain. And I was saying, like, you know, at a certain age, I don't think you really need to be going out in your drawers like that no more, you know? And then I found these middle-aged white ladies saying the same thing. I'm like, okay. Have I become a middle-aged white woman? I suppose in the plethora of all things, there are probably, a broken clock is right twice a day. So we could probably meet on one or two issues that we agree on. But I still think it's funny and I still think I'm right. Y'all, after,
Is there an age at which women in particular, but men too, really, need to stop trying to be
20?
Like overtly sexual?
20.
Do you know what I mean?
Stop.
Yeah, because I keep wondering, like, what are you still trying to get laid? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you trying to do?
Wearing underwear on stage? Is that what you're asking?
Because here's the thing. Do you remember when J-Lo and Shakira did the Super Bowl halftime show? And they were both, I think they were both early 50s. I think J-Lo is like my age. I think she's 56, 57.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And so that was probably 4 or 5 years ago. So they were definitely like early 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, they look so good. And they were both so sexy. But like when I see J-Lo now doing the same kind of performances, you've reached an age. And I don't know if it's an age or like what is.
It's like they're giving off, and it's like if they've gone through menopause, it shows. It's like you can feel it in the air.
Like, is that the cutoff? Is it menopause or what?
I think it's menopause. You guys think it's menopause? I think it's menopause. I just
I don't know, man, because
and listen,
Shania Twain is 60. Okay,
She's
60 years old.
She is.
This is not okay.
That's actually conservative. That outfit.
That's not bad.
It's always with the fishnets. Always. Yeah, it's always the fishnets and like the underwear. And that actually was pretty tame and conservative compared to some of the other stuff that she's worn. But it's a little like it used to be that listen, I know she wore some stuff back when she was in her 20s and 30s, but I mean, it just looks like it looks trashy. It just looks trashy. And maybe they need stylists that will tell them, hey, you know what? This would look elegant and beautiful. And maybe you should rely more on your voice and your talent than your ass. Support our show by supporting our sponsors.
I don't think it looks trashy. I wouldn't quite go there with it. But I think it's 100% completely unnecessary. And, at a certain point, I'm not even mad at the menopause cutoff age. You know what I'm saying? Once you go through menopause, I'm not even mad at that. But once you go through whatever it is that you go through, I mean, there's a certain point where I swear y'all don't gotta wear your drawers on stage no more. You know what I'm saying? It's just ain't nobody checking for you like that no more. So apparently I sound like a middle-aged white woman, and I'm okay with it. Oh yeah, y'all head over to daddyflirt.com. I'm about to add some new songs today, as a matter of fact, update some of the songs that are playing and keep it nice and fresh and funky for you. Support my work. We are the new record business right now, 100% listener power. So let's get it. And I'll catch you on the next one, fam. Late.